Hello everybody, and welcome back once again to Doki Literature Club Plus. We last left off with Yuri and Natsuki's fight going off even worse than before because Sayori's not around, and then the game started getting weirder and weirder and glitchier, and then, Monica didn't want to, respect the social distancing rules and, back the hell up out of my face. And now we have to show our new poems to Natsuki and Monica since Yuri ran out of the room in the last episode. So let's go show Natsuki. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough. You're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. I hit the A button, didn't I go? There we go. For instance, I noticed that you were spending time with some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. Yes, because I can definitely learn something from a poem called T3BLBIBZB3VYLFROAXJKLEV5ZQ == Yeah, totally. Okay. Wow. Okay. Clint, why didn't you come and read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? What? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri's a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead, okay? You don't hate me, Clint, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want me to go home crying? It would make me go home crying. The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. I just realized her eyes are bleeding. Or, well, her, I guess, lack of eyes are bleeding. That there's blood trails down her cheeks. Oof. Please, just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. That's all I have. Play with me. Play with me! Oh, that... Fuck. Oh, Jesus. Huh? Okay. Her running at the screen didn't even start as much as her fucking neck snapping. Jesus. That always bothers me. Like, it's one thing when they just twist the neck. It's one thing when they literally, like, tilt the head to the side so bad that the freaking spine comes up through the throat. God, that's so disturbing to me. Ugh. God. And the smile that came before that, too. Jesus. Hi again, Clint. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess, except, your club members are snapping their own necks. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Haha, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, great job, Clint. I was going, ooh, in my head the whole while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. What did they mean deep? Like, did it switch who I wrote the poem for? Because I had a perfect Natsuki poem. I got Natsuki every time, I think. I mean, I don't even think I got the achievement for it. For writing a perfect Natsuki poem. So I don't know. But that was just so weird to me. Because it went with Yuri, and then when I showed my poem to Natsuki, she was upset because I left her hanging, even though I got dragged away by Yuri. And we did the Yuri thing. Like, we had the scene with Yuri as if I wrote the poem for her last time. I don't know. That is so weird. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Haha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri... See, it switched my fucking writing. It switched my poem. I did not write a poem for Yuri. I wrote a poem for Natsuki, and it frickin' switched it on me. That's bullshit. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. Ooh. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful colors. Flash, expand, piercing. Red, green, blue. Endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise it won't stop. Violent, grating forms. Squeaking, screech. Piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a board on a turntable. Like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. What the fuck? Endless of meaningless. Delete her. What the fuck? Okay then. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Please help me. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Since when does Monica ask for help? Huh? No, seriously, I don't remember her doing that. Cause she's supposed to be the one doing everything. Why is she asking for help? What the fuck is going on? I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there are some things that you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. Haha, that came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. That's a newer one. Also, it's dirty paper, but it's a newer one. I've never seen this one in any of the games. Wheel. A rotating wheel. Turning an axle. Grinding. Bolt head. Linear gearbox. Falling sky. 7 holy stakes. A docked ship. A portal to another world. A thin rope tied to a thick rope. A torn harness. Parabolic gearbox. Expanding universe. Time controlled by slipping cogwheels. Existence of God. Swimming with open water in all directions. Drowning. A prayer written in blood. A prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes. A thread connecting all living human eyes. A kaleidoscope of holy stakes. Exponential gearbox. A sky of exploding stars. God disproving the existence of God. A wheel rotating in 6 dimensions. 40 gears on a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. A bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. breathing gearbox, breathing bolthead, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing god, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. Yeah, you're fucked up in the head, Yuri. Haha. It doesn't really matter what it's about. It's not about anything. It's just nonsense. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. On my pen? Uh, that is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I, I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it. This is seriously new territory. I don't remember any of this from the original game. Like, even like with the stuff that I thought was different, I thought, well, maybe this was in the original game. That I'd never experienced this. Either this was something in the original game that I didn't come across, or this is brand new stuff. And now you're touching it. Haha. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. I don't want the poem, but okay. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Okay then. Cool. Bye. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. Oh, don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Clint joined, and we've started with some club activities. But this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered. More members would just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Clint? Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Clint to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Clint joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Clint isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Clint want to get more members too. Right? Ooh, Yuri's being quiet. And so am I. I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation... No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way as I did? But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Clint, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Clint. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Okay then. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? Okay then. I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Ooh, fuck. Okay then. Why did your eye just explode? I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. How about you, Clint? You want to get out of this club. Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. Giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member... Her eye's bleeding. Her eye is actively bleeding. Okay then. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of this club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help my festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri. Huh? I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. Monica. I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Clint? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Clint before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Clint, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. The background. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything, and Yuri being a little bit, you know. Haha. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only here. You know what I mean? But it's weird, because in all the time that you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. So that's why... Wait, not yet. No, stop it. That part, I do believe, was in the original game. Okay, so we've got another poem. Okay, so anger... Fluffy. I feel like Spark was probably the only option there. Kiss. Like Pure is probably one, yeah. Oh, the numbers are just adding ones. I just noticed that. Uh-oh. Fun. Playground. I think email was one. Yeah, email. Strawberry? Yeah, strawberry. We got glitches. Lollipop. Oh, anime. Is Hop one of her? Yeah, Hop. Kitty's gotta be one, right? Yep. Whistle? Whistle is one. Skirt. I think Peace was one. Yes. Milk is one, apparently. Valentine. Bubbles. Cute. I still didn't get an achievement for a perfect Natsuki poem. Hi, Clint. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monica! I told you not to... Ugh. Is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you all conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? Like I do it on a regular basis. I just wasn't... I'm sorry. What's gotten into you? Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. It's a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we'd do. Another new member wouldn't. Those are cool. I guess would be. I guess another girl would be nice this time. So, Natsuki, nobody cares. Why don't you go look for some coins under the vending machines or something? Wow. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. Haha. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, because I'm not a skeleton. But I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival too. Anyway, Clint, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we could... We already have plans today. Is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Clint is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose. I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes. Thank you for understanding, Monica. This is actually really starting to weird me out, though, because it's like Yuri is taking Monica's place. Like, she's being much more hostile than she used to be. I mean, like, she's always kind of been hostile once the game resets. But it feels like it's worse than it used to be. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk. Water. She walks in and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her move. To my surprise, the way she really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially with her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Ah, did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Standing. Tess. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp oh, so it's more like a sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? It's rewinding. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Clint, do you like... No, short. I don't like tea in general. But anyway, yeah, anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try a little bit more. It's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. Just too much. Worrying about me, Clint. Hearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Clint, I have another request. You sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. My back against the wall, rather than bending the desk. No worries. I have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Oh. I wonder why that... It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while you're reading? Yes! I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. Chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it, since it'll go with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Slides close touching. Reading like this. Yuri was always cute, but when she's being apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Hold my hand that's not the book. I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading and can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my weight to focus on reading. I finally managed to. I put the teacup between my legs and fumbled with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. That's okay. I won't take any. If I touch it, then it pages. I need to apologize. I'll hold the book. You sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Clint? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't. Clint. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Clint. My heart. Uh-oh. Here we go again. My heart won't stop pounding, Clint. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Clint? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Please get out of my face. Please get out of my face with your hyper-realistic eyes. Get out. Get away. Social distancing. 6 feet. 6 feet, damn it. Please stop staring into my soul. It's time to share poems. Lord. So talk to Natsuki. This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I still can't really tell how much you actually care about writing, but either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri. I still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in. So you better keep working hard. I mean, I know I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So at least read mine too for now. Just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me. So read it carefully, okay? Yep, here we go. I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive. Things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her, but if I try talking to her, then she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person to listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please, see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make cupcakes if I have to. Just please, try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Hear me, Clint? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. And we said again. Just Monica. I don't want to go to Yuri yet. Let's go to Monica first. Clint, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I'm not trying to! I'm trying to go hang out with Natsuki! I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you, which shouldn't be a problem in itself. But when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I have not been enabling her! I'm trying to talk to Natsuki, and you're forcing me to talk to Yuri! I'm not saying it's your fault, though. But I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. Anyway, I worked really, really hard on this poem, so I hope that it's, effective. Here goes. That really startled me. Well, I guess I kind of messed up at, writing this poem. I was just trying to... Never mind. Let's just move on. Okay, I want to stop and save it here, because this next part of the game, if I remember correctly from where this is supposed to be longer. So, I want to make sure that, I want to make sure that we have time for the next one, and we don't go over too long. But what I'm going to do is, now that I've saved it, I'm going to exit DDLC, go back to the quote-unquote desktop to see what all we've got unlocked. It appears we have some pictures. Let's see. The wheel picture. An unusual poem by Yuri. A continuation. Yeah, see? A continuation of Monica's first poem appearing only in Act 2. So it was a second part, but I don't remember that. Yeah, the fix. If I don't have any other than these. Any. Which is kind of weird. The closet in the club room, best known as storage for Natsuki's manga collection. A simple character sheet of Natsuki's initial design, drawn by David Evelyn. In Act 2, experience Natsuki's play with me scene. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's all the stuff that I've got for now. This is just getting really weird with how different a lot of this seems. Like, some of it seems the same, like it's gonna keep going down the same path as the original game, but then other times it feels like it deviates. Like, there's something that I don't recognize from the original playthrough. So it's just kind of bizarre to me about how a lot of this is. But, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave a like if you did. If you're on YouTube, leave a like if you enjoyed this. Comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell to be notified of when I upload a new video. For those of you on Twitch, make sure you're following me and you catch the streams when I go live. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until then.